So, I hope everybody's doing well. Most people are going to catch this on the repeat. And so, the main thing I wanted to do today is I just wanted to kind of go through the actual this article that I saw that I thought that was pretty interesting that just came up. Like, the Tolkien Estate is actually going to sue Polychron because there's something that they don't really like regarding the actual new sequel or new version of the Lords of the Ring movie. Let's see. So I'm just going to go through one of the articles, and I most likely am going to turn this into a full-length video. So it's actually, so the first thing I wanted to go through is that it's a real case in, I believe, the state of California. And Bloomberg, for example, has a docket number. If you guys want to look it up, it's 2:23-CV-04300. So Bloomberg has that through the law subscription. And I'm just going to read the quick blurb, and then I'm going to actually go through another version of the article completely, most likely. So, the estate of the famed fantasy novelist J.R.R. Tolkien accused author Demetrius Polychron of writing and selling an unauthorized sequel of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, according to a copyright lawsuit filed in Los Angeles federal court. So one of the interesting things, and I think I did a video about it before, or I talked about it. So the guy Polychron is he's suing Amazon for $250 million because he's saying that Amazon bit him, Amazon copied him, and got the Rings of Power idea from his unauthorized. So basically, the estate is suing Polychron for the book that supposedly is the basis for the Rings of Power. That's the real story. That they're not going to mention that. They haven't mentioned that as of yet in the article, but I'm going to read a full-length article because that's the real story. So the real story, the complete story, is that there's two people being sued. Polychron is suing Amazon, but the sort of like, I don't know, the quote-unquote what some people would call like the instant karma. The instant karma is that, Polychron is now being sued by the Tolkien Estate. So let's see. So I'm just going to look up another article. I am, just for today, I'm not going to sign up for Bloomberg right this second. And let's see, hold on a second. So I hope all are doing great. And let's see where we go. All right, here we go. No, let's see, where is it? Okay. Let's see what's gonna happen. From my computer network. That's crazy. Let's see. So, let's see. Yeah, some strange stuff. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna look it up on my computer because it's, for some reason, I'm getting some strange stuff. Let me see. So yeah, I'm just trying to avoid signing up for Forbes because I don't see the point of getting a Forbes subscription just for this article. let's see, and some of the other sites, Polychron, let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna go for this one. Okay, so here we go. So this is from Radar Online, and I'm pretty much gonna, I'm gonna go through the bulk of the article. So J.R.R. Tolkien Estate has filed a bombshell lawsuit accusing a writer of ripping off the late author's iconic Lord of the Rings series and is demanding his books be taken out of stores. So Radar Online has learned. According to court documents, and so we already broached it, the court documents are from California, I believe. The Tolkien Trust, which is responsible for managing the intellectual property of the late Professor J.R.R. Tolkien, is suing a man named Demetrius Polychron. So in the suit, the trust said the lawsuit was brought due to Polychron's willful and blatant violation of its copyright interests in the Lord of the Rings franchise. So I don't know, it's just kind of strange because like I stated before, I mean, I could kind of see it coming because like the guy sued Amazon. So what I'm kind of wondering is if the Rings of Power had been like wildly successful, like if the Rings of Power had gone like a totally different direction. Now, some people think that the Rings of Power was wildly successful, so I'm not going to really debate that right now because I want to focus on this bit. But let's assume that the Rings of Power had real success as far as the viewership. I don't know if we would be dealing with two suits. I'm not really sure. I kind of wonder about that, but I'm wondering, and so what I wonder is if this is the Tolkien Estate's kind of approach to maybe not totally being happy with what happened with the Rings of Power. And that's me just positing that. Don't quote me on that. So let's see. And so the trust said despite the author being aware of its rights in Tolkien's work, he decided to write, publish, market, and sell a blatantly infringing derivative sequel to the Tolkien trilogy entitled The Fellowship of the King. So I don't think The Fellowship of the King is the book that supposedly the Rings of Power is based on, but it's kind of, it's still like this weird triangle thing. In addition to clearly mimicking the title of the first book in the Tolkien trilogy, the infringing work constitutes a blatant, wide-ranging, and comprehensive misappropriation, of Professor Tolkien's creative opus. So the trust said it's aware that Polychron plans to release up to 6 additional books, all based on Tolkien's characters. So I mean, like, I don't see how he thought he was going to get away with that. That's crazy. So the infringing work is currently being offered for sale on various online platforms in the United States for $17.99 to $26.99 a copy, the suit read. I don't, I really don't, I'm kind of speechless because that's completely insane. I don't understand how he thought that he was going to be able to get away with that. And I keep going back to the premise that I started. Like, the reason why people even know his name and he's being sued is because he sued Amazon. Now, I'm not saying that he wouldn't have been sued. I think, like, the estate would have approached him, but I think they probably would have approached him in a more low-key manner if he hadn't sued Amazon. Like, they might have sent him a letter from their lawyers, like a cease and desist, or, but definitely the fact that he kind of like sued Amazon and is like on a high profile, like that just kind of opened them up to this. And I don't know, this is crazy. The suit explained neither Professor Tolkien nor the Tolkien Estate has ever authorized any written sequels to the Tolkien trilogy. Not only was infringing work unauthorized, but the Tolkien Estate had already expressly refused the Polychron's request to publish any work of this nature in keeping with its long-standing policy. Okay, yeah, let's see where else we go. Yeah, forget about it. Excuse me. So the trust said it attempted to resolve the issues before bringing a lawsuit. However, it said despite firing off they sent them. Yeah, it's just saying what I had just said, that I think they didn't want to sue him. So I mean, even despite like what I just said, or even the title of this video, or the title of the video I'm gonna probably make subsequently on the same topic, the truth is that they started off with a cease and desist letter because like they didn't want to sue him. I mean, the Tolkien Estate didn't want to sue him. So, however, it said despite firing off cease and desist to Polychron, he has continued to sell the book. So he was just like, forget about it. And I just assume, I mean, like, I'm not really into like, you know, like getting into people's money or worrying about other people, but what Polychron is doing, you can find it. And I'll just leave it there. Like, you can find stuff that's not licensed. And I understand why it happens. And it, you know, it kind of happens because like, I don't think they can monitor and crack down on everything that's out there. But yeah, there's stuff out there. So the lawsuit demands an injunction prohibiting Polychron's book from continuing to be sold, plus unspecified damages. Okay, yeah, well, we'll see. And the legal move comes weeks after Polychron filed his own $250 million lawsuit against the trust, Amazon, and Jeff Bezos. Okay, so actually, I'll correct my original premise, because he sued Amazon in the estate, even though he's infringing on Tolkien's work. And he claimed his book was sent to the trust for review. Polychron said his manuscript was then used for storylines on the Amazon series The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, and the case is ongoing. And I think that's it for really what I want to say. I think I went through pretty much the whole article, and I addressed that. I probably think subsequently, like, I'm gonna do like, you know, a smaller video covering the same topic, and I think I'm gonna have another video probably out over the next 48 hours on a pretty mainstream movie. And I think outside of that, if you're interested, you know, I'm steadily working on my project with the Six Shop universe, and I did the last live I did was on that. And for those on the replay, like, I'm going to chop this up, and this will probably be a shorter version. For those who watched, I appreciate your watching. This is running a little bit late. I think I'm going to get into doing more lives, a little bit more structured, and I'm probably going to do a poll about the times. The best times for me are probably like 9 p.m. Eastern, after 9 p.m. Eastern. And it was great going through the stuff. Y'all have a great one. Be safe. Later.